me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime he might perpetrate next?
He's a very clever arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of homicidal maniac.
What's up, everyone? It's definitely been a while, and I'm sure you could tell by that crazy intro exactly what today's video is about. So let's get right into it. Again, welcome to the channel. It's been a very busy time for me during this crazy time we're all living in right now. I've had a couple of close family members pass because of this, let's just say, thing going around right now. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it hasn't been easy. You know, I've had to attend online funerals, not being able to see family members in person during that time. It's really weird. And being an essential worker, it's very hard to have to leave the house to go to work every day. You know, it's just been a very stressful time. And while this isn't the time nor really place to discuss this sort of stuff here on this channel, I just wanted to give you guys, my listeners, the reason why I haven't been making content. And why I won't be making much content on a regular basis yet. And I emphasize yet because that will come eventually. It's just right now with my home life being the way it is and my work schedule, I just don't have the time right now. But I will eventually have the time, guys. Okay, enough with the serious stuff. Let's get into the topic at hand today. So basically today I wanted to talk about innovation. What innovation, you may ask? Well, the innovation going into next generation when it comes to these coming consoles. Of course, that being the PS5 and the Series X. Now, it's no secret that both are very capable machines and should be able to provide us with not only a leap forward in graphics, but also performance. Now, many of us console gamers have been wanting more from our current consoles when it comes to performance, most notably higher frame rates. But of course, these consoles were always held back by their Jaguar cores. Simply put, these CPUs just lack the power to even think about 60 frames in most of today's games. Next generation, however, both Microsoft and Sony have alleviated this problem by using Zen 2 cores. And on the GPU side, both are sporting some serious specs, both in terms of teraflops and speed. Both consoles will have much faster load times due to having SSD drives on board, with the PS5s even being so fast that I'm sure it'll be a game changer for their first-party games. But the biggest impact in my opinion, but not only my opinion, but other people's opinions, including developers out there, such as Scorn game developer Lubomir Peklar. I might have butchered the hell out of that, but if I did, I apologize. But Mr. Peklar, who also agrees that it's those Zen 2 cores that make the biggest difference in both of these consoles next generation. And I couldn't agree more. Mr. Peklar believes that it's these CPUs, along with the I/O speeds, that open up more opportunities than they had ever before. And he's recently gone on record as saying this: everyone is touting the SSD as the next big thing. And yes, SSDs will help a lot with loading and moving assets, but the biggest culprit that is creating problems in the current generation is the CPU. That's where the biggest next generation difference compared to current generation will come from. He went on to say that we didn't want to bring Scorn to current gen consoles because we want our game to be played at 60 frames per second. That would be close to impossible without big sacrifices. Next gen is about responsiveness, smoothness, and a lot less time wasting. The problem with these features is that they are not easy to sell in videos or screenshots. And Mr. Peklar is absolutely right. With the CPU bottleneck gone, there just simply isn't any reason why, at the very least, these developers couldn't make a performance mode and put at bare minimum, a 60 frames per second mode on these games going forward. There is just no hardware limitation there. Sure, if a developer wants to push that graphical boundary, if they want all kinds of ray tracing and stuff in their games that are really going to bog the system down, go for it. Go ham on those graphics, but give us a performance mode. Give us that option there. Not all of us care about resolution and ray tracing. Games can look fantastic at 1440p. Just look at that demo they showed for Unreal Engine 5. That was at 1440p. That would have fooled me if somebody told me that was 4K. Resolution isn't everything. You can bring down those shadows a bit, and boom, you got your performance mode. That's all I'm asking. That's all any of us gamers are asking for. I mean, you've got PCs out there. You've got gaming PCs that are weaker than these consoles that hit 60 frames and still look good. Hell, in most cases, look even better than current consoles do at 60 frames. It can be done and should be done. Look, I don't mind if somebody out there wants all those bells and whistles at 30 FPS. That's fine. You can have that. You know, it doesn't bother me too much when I hear people, I don't mind a certain game at 30 FPS, but I'd like it at 60. But if I can't get it there, I'm fine with 30. That doesn't bother me. It's like, okay, I get it. But I can't tell you. I can't stress enough how much I cringe every time I hear someone or even a developer talk about it, how they like certain games to give them a cinematic feel at 30 FPS. Get that shit out of here, man. You want that cinematic feel in your cutscenes? Fine. I'm not playing that cutscene, but actual gameplay, be it a card game or a game like Red Dead Redemption 2, 60 frames or higher in those games is just better. Every game benefits from higher frames. Regardless what it is, this is gameplay. You're playing it. It's all about response time. When you hit that button, you want your character to move. At 30 FPS, you are essentially missing frames there. You're missing graphic fidelity even, and you're missing smoothness there. You're missing responsiveness. Why do you think competitive gamers on PC like higher frames? It is best to play at higher frames. I just don't know what to tell you guys. Those of you that like a cinematic feel, we're not playing cutscenes here, people. We're playing gameplay. Gameplay is king, right? Responsiveness is king in these games. Higher frames are king in these games. Those of you that don't mind or don't care, you should. You should be urging these developers to give you the very best experiences. These consoles are both very capable of giving us higher frames and better graphic fidelity. If it has to be a separate mode, so be it. But you should urge them to do so. And I'm definitely not saying to get the pitchforks and go after developers. No. Hell no. But be nice, voice your opinion on the matter. If you truly want to see gaming move forward, you definitely have to have everything there. It's not just about the graphics. It's not just about the frame rates. It's everything. You need the look and especially the feel, the smoothness, the responsiveness. And you don't get that from 30 FPS. Now, the market follows the casuals. And yes, it's true. Most casuals don't either know any better or they just don't really care. And if you're a casual gamer listening to this for any reason, just, pick up a game and if it's got a performance mode, try it. Give it a real try. Not 5 minutes and put it down saying, you prefer the 4K mode. Because I can tell you right now, there is games on high-end PCs at 1080p ultra settings. If you played that on your TV, it would blow away the look of what you got on your Xbox One X in 4K, and it would be in 60 frames per second to boot. Because that's something else I've heard. I bought a 4K TV, I want to play my games in 4K. You have to understand, resolution isn't everything. There is so much to graphic fidelity outside of resolution. Texture, shadows, ambient occlusion, volumetric lighting. There's all kinds of stuff that goes into this. Resolution is just one piece of the puzzle, and frame rates are another. Anyways, we just need to come together as gamers and ask for more options and truly move innovation forward in console gaming with frame rates. We've been stuck at 30 FPS for far too long, and this next gen, no limitations. The hardware is there. There's no reason why we can't have both graphic fidelity and 60 frames per second, at the very least in a performance mode. I mean, think about it. We need to ask for more. Why spend another $500 on a console if we're going to be stuck at 30 frames per second going forward? That is not innovation, people. That just simply is not. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch this video. It's been a long one. Sorry about the rambling, but hey, you know what? I don't know when I'll be back next, but rest assured I will be back, folks. And to everybody that's new here, please consider subscribing. And to my regular folks, you know the drill. Like, comment, and share. And until next time, try to be the best possible you, be kind to one another, and of course, as always, game on.